Hi, friends. It's July the 3rd. Fireworks are already going on outside. And I wanted to focus on the second video of getting old. Now, I'm talking as a old timer here, going on 76, not quite 100. This book here I'm going to tell you about here, she's 103, and I bought the book when she was 102. So she's still practicing medicine. So this is for you. I'm going to basically tell a story about a friend of mine that lived to be almost 100. He was a fairly close neighbor, and I would visit him sometimes once a week. I'll never forget when I met him. It was after he retired at 62. He didn't quite make it to 100, but at 62, if I called him up to see how he was doing, he'd say, "Every day's a good day." And I'd say, "You ever feel like getting together with someone?" He says, "We can get together any day, 'cause every day is a good day." Well, I'll tell you about him. His name's Herman. And the reason this story is relevant to you and me is you're probably already 62, and I'm going towards 76. And he almost made it to 100. So let's share some secrets. I go over to his house. He'd be in a lawn chair in front of his house, just relaxing. We go inside his house, and I noticed that he offered me food. And what was so interesting about the food is that it was from the Dollar General store. Cookies, crackers, Cokes. And of course, they got a frozen section. The Dollar General store. In fact, they're having a grocery store that will be open in about a month, just strictly Dollar General grocery store. So they got into frozen foods and things like that. He always had. I noticed this. He always had he made coffee in the morning. Maxwell House, and he put it in one of those tumblers, that you can put in the car, and well, he'd make it in the morning, and he'd pour coffee out all day long, and that would be his percolator, except it didn't plug in. You poured the hot coffee into it, and it would stay hopefully hot the whole day. Well, let's move on here, and he would give me a Dollar General store Coke to drink, and invite me to eat the cookies that he got from the Dollar General store. You wonder what made him live so long. I did too. He, as far as I know, didn't take any vitamins. he ate dollar or two jars of peanut butter. Now I do know this because he was a electrician. People brought stuff to his home. Even while I was there, they would bring it in and have him fix it, and he would fix it. Now he was already retired, but he didn't charge them anything. So they'd be bringing back food for him to eat. Now it was good food. It was home cooked food. So maybe that was one of the secrets to his long life. And the important thing I wanted to share with you here is that he had Parkinson's disease toward the end, and he never did go into an assisted living, a rehab, or a nursing home except for temporary stays like being at a hospital. I'll include the hospital in. That was during the last month or two of his life. What he did was to avoid being pushed by relatives into a nursing home was that he paid for young ladies to come and stay 24 hours around the clock, and then if he fell, they could help him get back up and get into bed. So the people he hired were probably in their 20s. They weren't certified to be caregivers, but that was okay with him because he was self-paying. It wasn't going to go through insurance or anything like that. And actually, he got better care because they weren't looking at the clock saying, how much am I making an hour? Am I over the limit that the insurance company will pay? No. He paid out of his pocket. He had an unusual habit that we all should have, and I've tried to do this myself, and that is he had a certain amount from each paycheck put into a good mutual fund. And the mutual fund company would take out so much after every paycheck. But he continued it after he retired, had them keep taking the money out. And just to name a couple, I use Fidelity Investments, and if you go with just two mutual funds, the ones I like, the symbols are QQQ, and the other one is the S&P 500, and the symbol is VOO. QQQ, VOO for the second one, and they can you call up Fidelity and talk to someone, tell them what you want to do. If you want $25 or $50 a month taken out for each of the funds, that's a way to do it. If you're richer and want to give more, like $100 on each fund, so be it. I remember starting off at $25 per fund and built it on up. Those two in particular won't do you bad, but will do you good. And when I say will do you good, don't think you'll find any mutual funds that will beat those two over the long run. And That way you don't have to deal with stocks. And also, on those two funds, there's no charge. So if you deal with Fidelity investments, and that's just one of several. You've got, you've heard of Charles Schwab. You've heard of what's all these? Vanguard, TD Waterhouse, all those. I've had accounts with them all. Fidelity's the one I've stuck with. They're pretty good in answering any question you have. They've never done me wrong. So just on the financial side, I will say that's how he built up probably, and I don't know how much he made, but his attorney toward the end of his time living, his attorney, which I knew quite well because I used the attorney too for other things, he said, "Herman, do you have any idea what you're worth?" He said, "No, I just throw all the envelopes I get with the statements in a box for the tax people." He said, "Well, it's a whole lot more than you'll ever think. Because these mutual funds keep multiplying as the stocks go increase." So I'll share that because he probably died rich, and I do mean rich, but yet he ate Dollar General Store food. I never knew him to go to a place like Kroger's or Winn-Dixie, or let's toss out Walmart. Any of those. He lived close to Dollar General Store. Now, what am I going to say about this? Like I said, there was no secrets there that I knew. People brought him food to eat. Probably he had a good meal, good home cooked meal, once every other day, maybe more or less. This book here is by Gladly, Goadys McCarvey, Carey, MD. She's a doctor. When she wrote this, it says 102 years old. Well, the well-lived life. This doctor's just revised it to 103. She's 103. That's what the new edition says. She's got a lot of other books too, and you can actually, after you listen to this, go to her. Just put in the search bar, put in her name, and you will see interviews, current interviews. She's still alive at 103. So she's got some very good ideas. I'm not into doing book reviews today, but I'm just saying that, and I picked up another one. As you can tell, I try to read what I can that would benefit me. This one's called "I Like Being Old." How you like that for a title? And who's it by? Ellen Keilleen. Allen, Allen. Just think about "I Like Being Old." Now she's in her 90s. She's probably crawling toward 100 right now. So I wanted to inspire you to not give up if you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or even 90s, or even 100. Because here we got this lady here, 103 years old, and she's a doctor. And just for fun, since I was a psychologist in my pre-retirement, I looked up psychologists that were over 100. Did you know there are some? And you can Google that. You can Google doctors over 100 years old. And I think last time I did that, I found one or two that was still practicing, more on a consulting basis to younger doctors. Somewhere I heard one of these older doctors say, all we had back then when I first started was an aspirin to give people. Now, if you like this, I'm very conversational. As you know, no notes, no plan, only sharing from my experience and sharing from maybe books I've read. You can hit the button there if you want to be reminded of any new of these videos that I do. Gosh, I'm having senior moments. Favorites is the button, and they got 3 levels. Hit the top one. That way you'll get it the same day I release a new one. Now I aimed to do this before, and I did do it earlier today, and the volume did not come out. So I'm changing. Probably a few things in the description. And if you tried to see this video, it's video number 2 under Getting Old. If you try to do it earlier, do it this time, and you should hear me. And if the video doesn't come through this time, I'm gonna delete it, and you won't see it till I have it fixed. So, if you like it, feel free to hit the like button. Also, I don't get many likes, and I don't get many people wanting to hit a favorite to see me. I think I'm up to 50 or so, 48, 50 people that want to be notified, and that's fine because I do this for a hobby. This is not for anything but a hobby. If I've written books too, okay, and that was my hobby and means of living when I was in my late teens and 20s and 30s. But right now, I'm not too much into writing. I'm more into talking to you like a friend. So you have a good 4th of July if you're watching it today. Tomorrow's 4th of July. And we'll be with you here later. Just hit the favorite button and you'll know when I'm on here next time, or you can just put my name in the search button, and I'll be there. It'll have all my videos. You take care. God bless you, and we'll talk soon.